Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of Parking World, where we have started to build our very own car park. Now in the last episode, what we got set up was a basic little parking system over here, which just enabled us to have some cars park and for us to start generating revenue. Because this is going to require quite a bit of cash money moolah. Now, while that started to generate some sweet cash, we started to build the structure and layout of the main building, which allows passengers and pedestrians to make their way up and down the staircase to the different levels that we are going to build. Now, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to completely undo all the work I've currently done, just for the sole purpose of figuring out how we are going to build the elevated up and down sections of our very own car park. Now, we've got a couple of variations we can use. I've got some long ramps and some short ramps, or just some simple up and down ramps with bends and whatnot. We're going to figure this all out. So if you are enjoying this series and excited to see how I'm going to build my very own car park, then make sure you smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you are new so you get notified when more episodes do come out. Now, before I delete everything and undo everything, I've first got to figure out what the best method is going to be for me to build all of this. So if I just get rid of all of this real quick, and I'm going to kind of replicate as if the road was kind of moving along here like normal. So if I just place down a bunch of foundation stuff here, and lead this going down, la-di-da-di-da-di-da, and we might now need to get rid of some of all, well, maybe the majority of all of these plants. Right, goodbye, it was nice to know you, but you're going to be in my way. I need to get rid of the trees. As the famous song once said, we paved paradise to put up a parking lot. And if you know that song, boys, then you are old. Right, anyway, we've got a couple of options. So I can either do the generic up and downs like this. I've got the longer bends, which I really do like these, or we also have the shorter variations of the benders as well. Now, if I was to use the shorter variations here, we could do it like that, and that allows me to kind of spin the vehicles round to access the next floor. And then I do the same above it to create that loop-de-loop. Now, two of those does reach the second floor, which is pretty much perfect to what I want it to do, but my other variant is the longer versions of them. Now, the longer versions, if I do it this way, you can see, and it's quite difficult to see, they do the same. They reach the same floor. Hold on, boys. Hold on. Let me get rid of all this tree stuff here. Right, goodbye. Now, the good thing about this tree stuff, getting rid of it, is it's less maintenance for my workers, but also it does mean it slightly reduces my rating, as people like vegetation. They really do, guys. Who'd have thought? Right, that goes to there. So it's the same as what we've got on this side. It's just two different variations. One's longer than the other. Now, I kind of do like the short one, but I really do like the long one as well. I think out of the three options, this is the normal up and down, the bendy wendy is probably where I want to go. This is going to look a lot more dramatic, right? It will look a lot more dramatic. So I think I might go for the bigger variant. It will mean I need a lot more space. But then looking at the smaller variant, that might be the way to go forward as well. So how am I going to squeeze this in? How am I going to implement it? How am I actually going to do it? Well, basically, we've got the in and the out section. If I make them kind of come in, and then what I can do is then make them go to down here to the right, where they can then, I've got to create like a big loop for each floor, like a blueprint. But I've got to figure out where then the spiral's going to be for them to keep going up and up and up to each different floor. Then I've got to figure out where the spiral's going to be to go down and down and down to get to the bottom floor. So the idea would be is to kind of build a simple road layout that I can easily replicate on each floor, which will ultimately allow me then to decide where stuff is then going to go. Now, what I've got to do is I've got to stop vehicles now coming in, right? So what I need to do then is delete you. And can I delete all these? Oh, do you know what? I can delete all these parking spaces with relative ease, which kind of then helps me out. So, unfortunately, it's all got to go, as I now decide where this spiral ramped I want to call it it a staircase, but it's not a staircase. Where this rampness is going to go. Now, I feel like this should generate me enough money. Worst case scenario, if I do start running out of money pretty quick, I can get the, like a miniature parking lot in again to start generating me sweet, sweet revenue. But I don't think I'm going to have much stress in making money that quick. Right, so we're going to have it come in here. Now, I've got to figure out how big the space I want it to be. So let me just delete these two here. Now, is the rampedness, do you know what? That actually fits there perfect, which could be okay. So I can make it turn in pretty early here. And then we make it go up and round. Now, what I like about this is, actually, how does the bigger variant look like? Let me get the other side. See, that could also work. If I put you there, and I'm kind of technically hanging over a little bit, but I think I do have the space to kind of work this far, don't I? How far can I build over? Okay, that is literally right on the edge. So I can't go any further than that, which actually might work out pretty well, because I know I'm on the very edge. But I don't feel I like that too much. So what I'm going to do is get rid of you two here. Go back to the smaller variant and put you there to there. No, I feel like I could have gone one more over. Right, once I've got this perfect, we're all good. There we go. And that's how I'm going to do it, because it gives me spaces here for parking on this wall, on the bottom floor and the second floor as well. So if that goes like that, let me now just quickly grab a bunch of these, because I've got to now decide where the down ramp is going to go. So if I just kind of fill all this little area in here, I know this is going to be super expensive, and I kind of also want to be able to... Let me get rid of all this parking pathway, sorry. Get rid of these little barriers, because we're going to play around with all this stuff in just a moment anyway. We've got this over here, which I kind of placed down as like a little bit of a placeholder. But I feel like this might be very important, this area. So where do I do the spiral now coming down? So obviously I want it to do it on the right side, because that will be the easiest place for them to make their way down to exit here. Do I try and replicate where it currently is there? How would that look? So it's 1, 2, and then the third one is where the ramp would go down. So ramp going down. Does it matter these? It's more just directional, isn't it? So that would kind of go like this, and that would go to there. And then there is your ramp up. So if I go back to... Oh, no, I meant to clone. To there, obviously that would be the level that we work with here with the car parking. So if I went just there for a hot min, get rid of that additional one that I just placed in. I'm just trying to work out how this kind of looks and works, because we've got the whole building structure that we got to place underneath. I like this because it will also allow me to kind of build a structure, and I like the idea of the circular ramps are outside of the building, and then I can build a big facade on the front. Oh, this is going to look really good. So that gives me one there. So basically it gives me one space after the ramp up there. Now that's important because I can have all of my services for people here on this floor. So if I copy that, and there is the entry point, I can have all the toilets, the restrooms, the food stuff, all leading down here. That is my walkable area. At the moment, we'll have it obviously going multiple ways. We'll have like a little divider that kind of cuts through. But you can kind of see how this is now going to pretty much all come together. So we got to get rid of these ones here and these. So just getting the basic structure set out like this. And I might go a little bit further on this side. Who knows? We'll just kind of see. Oh, hold on. Hold on. I've just realized I'm actually doing it wrong. There's a 2 gap there. It's got to be moved over by 1 more. I've just realized I've done it all completely wrong. Right. If you've got eagle eyes and you've seen that actually coming a mile away, I'm a noob. I'm an actual noob. Right, there we go. What a fool. Now, which one was it for this one? Was it this one? No, it was this one, right? Right, bam. And can I squeeze that in? Ooh, is this in the way? Yes, I believe it was. Right, okay. So that's all in like that then. I got my little spacing all set up. Let me now just quickly copy a bunch of this. And we're only going to go so far to figure out a road layout that's easily replicated on each floor. Now, I do have a sneaky suspicion I might implement another bendy-wendy up and down stairs at somewhere else in the car park. But we'll have to kind of keep the expansions going before we go down that road. Right, so let's copy these then. So we've got, I'm not going to do the in just there because I want to make sure the vehicles don't technically come in just yet. So I could bring them into here. That could obviously go to there to there. Now my options are either to make them run there or we allow them to turn this way. And then, because it allows me to kind of put car parks going around the edge. Now, if I did this to begin with, that would obviously go this way, and this way. We'll have to create like some type of a roundabout in some way or another, which allows them to crisscross over. So if I was to do the same here then, so you're obviously coming out there. And how far does that go over, by the way? Because now it's all kind of slightly changed for me, hasn't it? So I think it's all pretty much the same. I think it's like to there. I'll have to double check it. That goes that way, that way, that way. Just give me a second, boys. Bam, 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 bam. So it's 3 after that and 4. So 3, 4. 3, 4. Yeah, so it is set up correctly. And that's a kind of like a very, very basic structure in the middle. But my only issue is, it's the how do I get them to the opposite side? Now, I could just theoretically drop something like this down the majority of it, and then you have this crossover here that they have to take. Or it could be a count of I'm forcing everybody to go up a floor to go down a floor to be able to exit. I feel like we do need the roundabout section at some point. That's just, you know, simple traffic navigation. And that would kind of happen there almost in a weird way. So if I allowed this to continue down, 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 and down, and that's my crossover point, so they can either come down this way to do the turn to go out, or they're coming down here to turn to park around there, or obviously they're going up to the next floor, and then this will be the down to come back down to then exit out. That's how I'm trying to do it in my head. How much that's going to work, I don't know. So obviously we kind of hard set that up and hard code that to be the up and down, just so we know, because I know future Seniac is going to completely forget all this. So if I get a couple of car parking spaces back in right now, we can then slowly start to see how they actually navigate all of this. Now, the only downside for me is I've got this whole building on the one side. So if they're all the way completely over there, it's not accessible as easy as you think. So what I could do is create somewhere an area where they elevate up to walk over. So it will all work out in the end. We just got to figure out where we want this stuff to be. So let me just get a couple of parking spaces in. And we'll just go generate parking to begin with, because this is a way in which we can still generate some revenue while also still be able to build the car park. So if I just kind of place just a couple there and there, and if I spin this round, there, because I'm going to, let me put you down to here real quick. I'm going to build something here, which will be a really, really interesting point of accessibility to get to our areas. So if I just quickly delete this, and then I'll figure something out in just a moment. We'll figure it out, boys. We'll figure it out. So if I put it into play mode then, and just kind of technically try and get back all up and running. Oh, we actually won't be able to, because I don't have that ability for the vehicle to come in there. So fasty forwardy. Fasty forward, boys. Fasty forward. Oh, I forgot. These don't have the ability to do what they... It's awkward. So you lose out on a corner somewhere. You lose out on a corner somewhere, which is really annoying. It is really annoying. So if I was to get rid of you and get rid of you... Oh no, I've got rid of the wrong ones. I'm a fool. I'm wondering if there's a way in which we... Ooh, actually, I might have an idea. I might have just been triggered with an idea. Right, if that was to go like that, the bend happens there. So if I go fast forward now, that would change all those vehicles. But these ones are not the accessible ones, right? No, I think they are because the way it's been done. Oh, I'm an idiot. Hold on. You do it like that, Seniac, and then you get these in here. Acting like I don't know what I'm doing right now. Come on, boys. I know what I'm doing. Right, so my generic car park is technically now back up and running, which is really good to see. So, we're going to try and replicate this moving all the way down. So we'll have another U shape, and maybe at the back end is where we'll do the other spinny ramps to kind of go up and down to different levels. But we need to kind of build in these sections how we then elevate to the next floor. So let's take a look first and foremost at building the... Oh, I can actually do it here. See, this is now my issue, my problem. Right, I want to be able to kind of have people over here not have to walk all the way down to access this. But at the same time, I could also have it where this is integrated beautifully, either outside of the building or inside of the building. To me, it doesn't really make much difference. Now, looking at the way it's kind of set up, what if I did move it down by one more? You know what I mean? So let me see this, because this might be a slight little bit of an issue. So I'm going to do it one more time. So either there or there. If I did it there to give us all one little bit of space, I think moving it over by one is probably the better option. I think what I did on this side originally is the way to go forward. Right, there we go. Just scrap you off there. La-di-da. Now, what it allows me to do is I can now change it up once more and have the walkability on the outskirts of the whole car park. It just means then moving everything here over by one. So if I had to then go ahead and delete all of this. Now I know this is a bit of a pain, but if we can get this set up right today, then we have no issues. So grab you, spin you right round, spin you to there. Now, that is still not correct, is it? I gotta delete you. I gotta copy you to go there, or is it like this? Is that how I did it on the other side? And if I just quickly grab these parking spaces. You know, you just got that feeling like I've got something wrong. Let me just make sure all these parking spaces do line up. They do. Perfect. So then what it does, it gives me the ability then to create the walkway around the edge. So if I was to clone you, here's my walkway, which then accesses a staircase here, or even just the ability to walk up and over and level up on this side. See, that works out really well as well. Right, I think I've got it. So that was too wide. And then I've got the too wide here. I could do it on this side. Okay, we've figured it out. We've actually figured it out, boys. No need to do anything else. He's only gone and figured it out. Right, so if I get all the parking spaces now in, or do I save them? Because I've also got to figure out where disabled stuff parking goes as well. And electric parking. I think disabled parking needs to be closest to the pathway stuff. Yeah, that's how it's going to have to be, isn't it? That's how it's going to have to be. Right, so let me just focus then on the ability for people over here to walk over to this direction with a little bit more ease. So if I was to implement this pathway going down there, we've got the up and over section, and we need to bring this in, and we might as well just kind of create all of this there, and I just need to implement my staircase around here. So let's go down and let's get rid of you. I'm going to have to get rid of all this stuff, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to lose out on my rating slightly. But it will allow me now to finalize everything. There we go. Bringing you around the sides. And the staircases next is going to be an interesting one. So let me just get rid of these little barriers. Get rid of this little walkway over. Get rid of the staircase. As like I said before, we're going to now technically redo it. Right, big, chunky, wide boy staircases. Is that the only variants I've got? Yes. So let me get right into it. Right, why is that not... Is it because my character's standing there? Is that what it is? I think it's because my character's standing there right now. I forgot the button. There we go. I was about to say then, I forgot the button there to change from my camera angles. So does that now allow me to... Yes. Perfect. So this is going to go... Ooh, do I make it go up and over here? Or do I make it do it on the next floor above? Ah, it's all dependent now, isn't it? So the staircase to go up and over... I've done it a little bit different to how you would normally do it. So I would have to get rid of you and you. Actually, not you. You stay there. Grab you. So we're doing a 1, a 2. And can I get this? Bam, bam. And if I copy this, this is on the next floor, right? Is that how it works? Or have I done... Oh, no, I've done 4 sets of staircases, right? So 1, 2. No, that is right. Oh, no, and then I make it turn around, don't I? I just realised I then make it turn around. So it goes up to there. Which I think I might have done this the wrong way around. And then if it goes up to... I think I might have to do this side a little bit differently because the way that I'm trying to get it to run, because I do have a little less space. Because we do technically have more space over there. Which, why do we have more space over there? We should... Oh, wait, hold on. It's the trees in my way that have completely thrown me off. Okay, it turns out I can replicate it. I forgot this was all here stopping me. Right, guys, forget everything I've just said. I can replicate it. Right, I'm an idiot. I'm an actual idiot sandwich. So, let me just get my bearings then. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've currently got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You could go 10. But I think that might be a little bit excessive, right? So, we come off 2. So put that there, sorry. So we come off 2 to build our staircase. Who would have thought this is as stressful as it was going to be? What happened there with the deletants? Like that. Clone you. Bam. Bam. Bam, bam. And that is then how we clone to get to the next level. So we don't need then this. Or at least I think I don't. I'm probably going to have to add it all back in when I realise I do need it all. We don't need this because we're not going to allow them to, at the moment, walk over on the bottom floor. That's not what I want them to do as of right now. So we've created that there, which is give us a free tile section, which if we cloned that, bam, and bam, that goes to there. So the question is then, how am I getting these guys over to here? I might have to run this going all the way down, unless we did it differently somewhere else. So let me just set this up anyway as the free tiles that stick out. The autosave there caused us dramatic game lag. Can this go all the way over this way? Is the building never ending? Wow, okay, the building's never technically ending, is it? That's wild. Can I... No, okay, you can't delete anything out here, which is very interesting. So, that's not pushed back, so I could run a pathway going all the way down, but then you kind of lose the beauty of being able to see the spiral road. But I suppose that's the life we lead, right? That will be the life we lead. So let me just get this now finalized just here. Here. Oh, no. Where did that just go? I don't know where that even just got placed. Haven't got a clue. Right, there and there. So how many tiles are we now pushing over? Because we've got the edge of the road there. It's 1, 2, 3 from the edge of the road. 1, 2, 3. Have I started the staircase too early? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait. So why is that over by 1 more than this is not? That is over by 1 more, isn't it? Ah, because I didn't need to delete the original. Right, now I get it. Boys, one day I will be able to build a functional car park and know what I'm doing. One day though, but that day is not today. That day is not today. Right, so this goes bam, bam. You go bam, you go bam, bam. So this should be the final time that I now do this. But I was going to save it for disabled parking and stuff like that, wasn't it? So maybe I just leave that as it is. Okay. We've got the structure. It's now literally identical. So if I can bridge the gap and figure out how I'm doing this, it is all good. It is going to be all good. So let me get my structure first and foremost, and let me just kind of start building it here, where the vehicles enter into the car park. Now, I can just build across and integrate that inside the car park, and it's something that we would just simply just do not see, which is not an issue. I don't want them to walk through the middle, but then again, it's not the end of the world if they do that. And if they do that, it's a bit of a long trek. I can't get them to walk on the path because that's not how the game works. I could do a central area where they walk through, but I don't know how much pain and issue that's going to cause for the traffic. I mean, someone walking there has to then go up there to come back in to walk down to go down there, where I can just build straight across. So if I'm to build straight across, then it's something that we're just not going to see, isn't it? The little spiral staircases. And I don't seem to be able... Oh, there we go. To go to there. That is going to cross there because I'm not going to allow them to walk on the bottom floor. This is something that we was technically not going to see, unfortunately. And do the same now going across all of this, providing it all goes to plan. And bring you down. So we would then cover this up and act like we just can't see it no more, right? It would be nice to place in some window stuff, but we then gain the walkability here with this, because this is now able to go over the entry point. Because for that now, it doesn't matter. There's a lot of things to think of when you're building a car park, isn't there, boys? There really is a lot of things to think of that you just don't technically realise. Right, this is actually looking like an actual structure. This is. Alright, bring you into there. Bring you into there. Now, what I could do is build a wall so you can't see on the entry point. We need to build our wall. Okay, we've messed up there. Again, it's all about replicating, by the way. It's all about replicating. So we just don't do it on the staircase. And we've got a lot of structure that we have to implement. We just don't do it there. Because we've got these little kind of support structures and these half walls, if that's the best way to put them. So I could continue the half wall structure. To there. But on the other side, we have a blank wall, so you're not looking at the vehicles coming around. Is this walkway too plain, boring, and ordinary? I could also utilize this area here for something. So I'm going to copy this. Bam, 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 bam. Oh no, not that bam. There. I could also bring that out as more walkable area that we could utilize. And we're going to get rid of you as a wall. Copy you. So I'll bring the wall down here. It's more safety than anything else. And then we've got this here, which could also be another entry point for the people on the second floor. Everywhere has now got structure. Everywhere has now got organization. Now we've got a plan coming together. Right, we have the ability then for them to access both sides and even in the middle when we get it all up and running. So, why did I put 3 pathway? Oh, because of the toilets and stuff. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. And the pay and ticket machines. Okay, that makes sense. So let me just scrap them. All of the parking. I'm probably going to put this back in the same place anyway. But let's first look at the accessibility. So I'm going to see if I can put a little bit of path just here. Do I fill all this with the path? Do you know what I could actually do? I could actually put my utility rooms here for my workers in the back where we can't see this. That could actually work out pretty well for us in that regards. Right, anyway. Parking. We've got a few variations of how we can ultimately do it. I think disabled parking needs to take priority on the edges. So if I did one there, there. And we'll do one there, there, and there. Now, am I doing a walkable area in the middle? I'm going to say yes. Okay, so all disabled parking will go just here on the outskirts. Now, I could also place disabled parking just there as that additional one. And just here. But what do I put in the middle there? I could do family parking as a way to kind of... Again, it's not as close to the entry and walkability areas as disabled, but it's still accessible and closer than what any of the other parking is going to be like. Plus, there's no staircases required for disabled or the family parking, which is parents with children. So that is me thinking ahead right there. By placing all this in. Oh, hang on, I've completely messed up there, haven't I? Copy you. Oh, game is auto-saving there. So I've now got to get rid of that, put you there, and you coming down that way. Right, that is it, right? Except for these. No, doesn't that go like that? And then that go like that? Isn't that how it works? I don't think that's how it works, is it? You got to create the bends. You got to create the bends, boys. There we go. Right, that is pretty good then. So we are... I could actually now technically start accepting vehicles now coming back in. But let me just theoretically build where we are going to see a little bit of a walkway. And now let me just get rid of all of this monstrosity. There we go. Bam, 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 bam. Right. We have a structure. As painful as this may seem, we have a basic structure. A accessible area. We'll create it where they also can't walk past this. With the no-go zones and all that jazz. And I could also, as this kind of continues to stretch down, I can create little staircases or stuff nearby to kind of access the stuff above. So it does give us a wide range of accessibility options for people getting over here. Right, this is not right. That needs to go like that. But then we do have these little awkward spots just there. I'm not too sure what to kind of really do with them. I'm not too sure. So let me now get back into play mode, sorry. And, oh, I need to do all the parking ticket machines and stuff, and now all the stuff for my workers. Because the car park will go downhill pretty quickly and pretty rapidly. So let's do that. So let me get the walls now in. And get the wall structures all set back up again. So I will put a doorway somewhere, but let me just first initially see. How does it work with the bends then for the walls? Curves? Is there such things as doing like a curve wall? There is, but the issue is they're not as big as you would like them to be. Or they don't do exactly what you want them to do. You know what I mean? And they've all got railings on. Oh no, these are concrete walls. Is there no like smaller concrete wall? Really? That's all you're giving me? Is that small structure? Because that there is way too far for this. Kind of annoying, isn't it? It is kind of annoying. I'm copying the wrong wall here, aren't I? Yeah. Right, so We can just act like we just can't see any of this. And that will obviously go like that to there. And I could just build you like this and this. I mean, it's not perfect. Okay, it's not perfect. And quite frankly, I don't even feel like I even like it myself. But it gives us the point there to kind of go up and in. It's mainly for us to take care of the ability to build our workers' rooms. So I also need to build a restroom. So let me just say that the restroom gets implemented here. And like I said, I know I need to do doors and stuff like that. But, yeah. So if I now just quickly delete this and this, and let's just say I build... How do I build like a... I can do half walls there as a way to kind of build like a door structure. Okay, now we're doing diagonals. What's going on here, boy? What's the best way to kind of build this structure? If I go with these type of walls, does that then look like I've created an accessible area for my workers? It doesn't look very good, does it? It doesn't look very good, but let me just get in what's needed for them. So what is needed for my workers then? Where is my worker options section? Service, I need obviously the resting benches. We need the dumpsters. Okay, it's also a great way to hide my utilities at the same time as well. The tool station. Okay. Oh, pedestrian access, don't need that. Fire extinguishers just in case. And that's it for now, isn't it? That is it for now. We can kind of hide all that stuff. So, with that said, people are now coming back in and parking. I need to provide toilets and all that jazz, which... Oh no, the toilets were going to go on this side, weren't they? So I can actually make that a little bit of a food court area in a weird way. So, let me just open this all back up. Right, we can come back to that when we kind of go down that road. So that works out fairly well for us. And obviously, we are limited on what we're currently offering in terms of parking. So if I now clone you, we've got to do it. Let me clone you there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got to fill it all the way down to there. Which is a lot. Oh, look at how much money I've got currently remaining. I'm about to go bankrupt again. So let's fast forward then. Can I get some money rolling in, by the way? Do I need a ticket machine first? Do I earn money without the ticket machine? Yes. Do we have a ticket machine anywhere? Are the ticket machines just for show at this point? Right, I got 3,987. Okay, let me just watch this for a second. We're not getting the vast quantities of cars coming in, but then again, the car park... Yeah, we are earning money. But the car park is slowly building up. We have limited spaces. We do have limited spaces. So if I now start just by building what I can build here, and then of course I've got to get rid of all of this. So this obviously is a bit of money I get back as a refund. So that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that is where I'm currently going to with all of this. Because I can get twice the amount of cars in the same spot if I use normal parking spaces, but you've got to provide accessibility. Right, that initially goes like this. So if we turn in here, and then we would turn out there. So is that how it works? No. It doesn't work like that on that one. That has to go like that because you've got to continue the white arrow going around. So if that goes like that, you would go there, go there, go there, and you'll only have it there, right? Yes, as they lead out. So I've still got a bit of cash, so I'm going to quickly... Oh, no, 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 no. Build you going down, and obviously we'll have another dividing point there for the walkability. And my parking availability. So we got generic parking spaces, women's spaces. What is all the women's spaces? Why is there women's spaces? I don't get it. I don't get that one. EV parking. Yeah, I get that. I think I might place EV. Do you know what? We'll get some EV parking down. No, we need electricity for that. So I'll save the EV parking in just a mo. Let's just get some generic parking in right now, which I can get twice as much in the same spots. And this shall provide us with a lot more revenue abilities. So there is a little bit of method in your boys' madness. And there is a little bit of method in your boys' madness right now. They're able to all come in and go straight out. Theoretically anyway, they all do it. You can see them all driving out there. So they should be able to do the same down here as well. So these all coming in right now, which will provide us with a lot more parking opportunities. 94 spots in total. But I just don't like how they choose to walk out at the moment. I've got to set all the structures up for that in the near future. Right. Have I got to rehire my employees? Oh, I do need to rehire my employees. Right, I've hired the A team back again. And they should now go and hopefully fix all the issues with the car park. So yeah, I'm going to do EV parking along here. But obviously you need to hook it up to power, which I currently don't have any power implemented in the car park whatsoever. But this is good because now I've got a structure for going up and down. Once I've got the basic layout down here set up, I think I might do another up and down section on the next set there. As a way, or I might even implement it on the very end where then it goes up and then that comes down this way. So the ideas are there. The ideas are there. I've just got to, you know, implement them all. But this definitely could work out. This is definitely going to be able to work out, boys. And then I've got to just make sure that I set it, the pedestrians, where they actually physically walk in the car park. Because when it gets busy and there's lots of vehicles coming in and out once it's got multiple floors, I need to make sure they're not walking in the way of the vehicles coming in. But we're back into making profit anyway, which is good to see. Vehicles are coming in left, right, centre. It isn't really causing that many traffic issues. To be honest with you, there is no traffic issues. There really isn't. Apart from you can see them vehicles then stopping and starting because people are walking in front of their areas. But this is all good. We're actually running at over almost a 4.5 star rating right now. It does drop down to 3 and 2s and all that. It's here and everywhere. It all depends on where they're walking. And if they come into contact with any graffiti and whatnot. But the vehicles seem to flow in pretty nice. But if we can get, like I said, if we can get them to walk where they need to walk, then there shouldn't really be an issue. I'm just hoping that there's not many issues with... Do you know what? It might be a good idea to force the vehicles who want to park on that side to drive all the way up and create an actual accessible turning spot further up. So everyone's forced to drive all the way up and turn around in general anyway. It's one of those things. It'll be trial and error. It will be trial and error. But yeah, you see them stopping and starting because even though you can't see it, there's people walking. So I can actually set that up now. Is it? Where is the bit that you kind of tell them not to do that? Miscellaneous, spectator, no. Is it this? No. Traffic. A pedestrian blocker. I mean, all they then do is then go around. But if I just did this... You can see the issue I've got right now. Like, how many blockers do I need to do before they use my overpass? Surely that's enough right now where they start using the staircase. Right, yeah, now they're using the staircase. So that shouldn't be any... The only people that should go around it right now is my... Oh no, my workers. At that point, it's a right epic to walk all the way around. Use the damn staircase. Right, sure there's no more people walking around here now, is there? They're all going to be using the... Yeah, there we go. They're using the overpass now. See, that's exactly what we wanted to do. And then it obviously stops vehicles having the issue that they're having. Now, it might mean that I could place back in the turn there, but I'm gonna let them drive all the way up for now and see how they get. So the only people walking right now is my workers who need to access different parts of the car park area. But yeah, not too bad, not too shabby. I feel like we have an actual structure, a layout, a design, and we're back to earning sweet revenue as well. So fingers crossed it stays like that. Am I being too over ambitious? Well, we'll have to see. We will have to see, boys. I might be, I might not be. I don't know yet. We ultimately do not know. But at least they're going where we want them to. Guys, I'm going to end it here. I hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, please smash the like button down below. Until next time, I see you all soon. So, goodbye.